Hello guys, what is going on and welcome to today's video. Today we've been set the challenge to make a 2017 Popup Headlight car. So that's going to be a fun one. So what it's going to be like, say, like a modernized sort of MR2 or some other car which has got like pop-up headlights but sort of modernized a little bit and made to look fairly sweet. So first of all, I'm going to try and find a fairly new body type. So really the newer the better. And we need it really to be like a sort of coupe body, so we'll try that. Oh, there we go. We've got fairly modern looking bodies there. Yeah, so I think we should probably go with this body. Looks pretty sick. So just going to do the usual. It's going to have a rear wheel drive as well, so we're going to go longitudinal. We're going to go strut and motoring at the rear. Okay, so now we get to pick what body we want. It sort of looks like a BMW 1 Series coupe. So if there's any changes to the body I need to make, I mean, it needs to be pretty square if it's going to be like a pop-up headlight car. This tend to be sort of quite square things, don't they? So we'll try and do the best we can there. With the back, could modify that a little bit. I think that'll do, to be honest. I mean, it's pretty much already set up for how I want it, to be honest with you. They've took off the mirrors now as well, so you can put your own custom mirrors on there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's give it some paint. We'll just give it red paint for now. We can always come back to that. So yeah, that's the body shaped how I would like it. So we don't actually have any pop-up headlights at the moment. Now what I did last time I made a drift car. It's actually someone left me the comment to do the pop-up headlight car on this video. What I did is I used fuel flaps and then sort of duplicated it on the other side, and it worked pretty well, to be honest. And you could definitely see that there were sort of like pop-up headlights because I did the bonnet in like a carbon fiber colour, so you could definitely see that it was pop-up headlights on there. So all I need to do is that. And then, I mean, does that look okay, or does it look a bit weird? I think it looks a little bit weird, to be honest with you. I might try the other fuel flap. What does this look like? Let's see if I rotate that this way. Make that a little bit bigger, like that. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it? Fucking hell. Okay, I wonder if that looks decent. It does look a little bit weird, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, not really working at the moment. This is it. Maybe I should try putting them back a little bit. I think the body is just a little bit too bulky for this sort of design, so I'm going to try and sort out the body. I think, to be honest, this might be the best that we're going to get with this body. I mean, let's see what we can do with it. I mean, if it still looks shit afterwards, then I suppose we can change things up a little bit. But I'm going to put that bumper back in there. It's a bit odd, doesn't it? Put that back in. Okay, so that should be alright. We can have a nice like a nice big grill thing going off in the middle there. So I'm going to get to work with that. Just do the tail lights now as well. What tail lights do I want? So I mean, I'm not exactly spoilt for choice. I mean, we could go with, I mean, we want something like modern looking. I don't think this will look very good, to be honest, but give it a whirl. Oh, it might look good if I do it this way. Sort of looks like an Evo 10 a little bit at the back. Very slightly though. Yeah, that don't actually look too bad, you know. I mean, it's not necessarily going with the square theme of the headlights, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad, if I'm honest with you. So we'll just keep those for now. I wish we had the white indicators, although I could probably get it with the headlights. There we go. Could have something like that. Just strike that up a little bit. Yeah, that don't look too bad. It sort of looks like a little, well, I say little, it looks like a bigger MX-5 sort of thing. So yeah, that looks alright. We'll pop a grill on there now. So yeah, I'm aiming for around, say, probably like 250 sort of horsepower with this car. Nothing too major. It's not going to be the fastest thing on the planet. It's just sort of a just sort of a turbo, 2-litre turbo sort of jobby, as far as the engine goes. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. I mean, it's not going to be a slouch, but it's not going to be the fastest thing on the planet either. Don't know whether or not to have like another grille. That looks okay. Would it look better up here or not? No, it looks a bit shocking up there. I'm probably going to leave that there for now, get any other little ideas in my head, I'll be sure to move that around. I'll probably just put a badge there or something, just to sort of give it something to have in the middle of the car, if that makes sense, because it looks just a little bit empty as it sits at the moment. So pop some, in fact we'll go for something that looks a bit more square, because the whole car is sort of a bit of a square. Just try and line that up with the headlights a little bit more. That looks okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not the prettiest car in the world, I'm not gonna lie. Sort of looks like, I don't even know what, to be honest. Let's go ahead, pop a nice little lip on the car and stretch it. Whoa, okay, we've got fucking spikes on the car now. There we go, that'll do us. Oh, that actually looks pretty sweet, actually. Yeah, I quite like that. I'm gonna put some lips on the side as well, as I did with the, I think I did that on the drift build, just to give it a little bit more status on the side of the car. There we go, that looks pretty sweet. And then just duplicate that over on the other side, so we've got now got a little body kit going on there. Hopefully we don't have to extend the arches, which, to be honest, I think we will, although the tyres do look pretty thick anyway. But you can now extend the arches in the tyre option. Say if your wheels aren't thick enough, you can just do it there and then. I think I've already just put one of these down. What's this? Oh right, is that a oh, never mind. No, that's not the lip. That's just some sort of anti-roll bar or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we'll just shrink this down, pop that on the back. I think that'll look pretty sweet. Again, we've got some fucking spikes coming out of it. There we go. That does the job. Looks nice. Gonna have a cheeky exhaust popping out of there. Cheeky exhaust or two, which I'll get on now. In fact, we'll probably go with the plastic on it, and then the same on the other side. Go for a nice twin exhaust system. I wonder if we can sort of layer that. There we go, we can layer it now. Perfect. That looks pretty sick, actually. Quite like it. It takes the plainness away from the rear of the car, because if you think about it, cars in real life have all this plastic shit on it, like splitters, stuff like that on the bumper. I don't know if it's possible to do anything like that unless you spend a load of time with it, but either way, it looks pretty good, and I'm glad layering's sorted, so that's a good start. And it just makes the back of the car look less like empty sort of thing. So yeah, pop a number plate there as well. I'll chuck a cheeky spoiler on the back as well. Make it look sound. This is the only thing I don't like about the wings, how they don't go with the back of the car. It's just like a straight line or nothing. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't look right, to be honest. So we're not gonna have one of those ones. Might be able to do this here. Get it in the center. Oh right, okay. Hopefully it saved my car. I don't think it will have. I feel so lucky it saved my car. Thank fuck for that. I thought we were gonna have to start again, to be honest, and cut the video, but no, that's pretty sound. At least it's not done that. We're just missing the spoiler, which we didn't put on. I think that's saying something, to be honest. I think we shouldn't put a spoiler on there anymore, and it has sort of got a lip on there anyway. Sort of anyway, not 100%, but yeah, we'll pop a cheeky aerial on there, cheeky shark fin will do the job nicely. I think that's already centered as well. Okay, that'll do us. Yeah, looks nice. Okay, so we'll go with that. Mirrors, now they're alright, but I mean they're the fucking wrong way for a start. I mean, you could do some pretty cool like truck builds and have the mirrors acting as lights. Or I suppose you might even be able to put lights on them, to be honest. But have we got any other mirrors? Yeah, we're not exactly spot for choice here, are we? But seeing as though the car's more square, I'm probably going to go for those ones. What are these? What are these things here? Oh right, fucking chip cones, damn. Right, yeah, I think these are the best option, to be honest with you. There we go, that's how we turn them around. Okay, yeah, perfect. Right, so they can be quite small. It is like a sporty car, so we'll have the mirrors pretty small there. A little bit bigger than that. Yeah, they look actually pretty good. We'll go with them. We need to put some door handles on there so we can get in. Change the trim colours now, which is pretty sick. So we could have that like a gloss black, maybe. Can we do that? Pull in that. No, okay, never mind. Or it's just I haven't figured out how to do it, if you can do it. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. I really like how you can do that, you know. I think that's absolutely awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this trim section black as well. I just prefer the black look on cars, to be honest with you. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Yeah, I like that. Don't know whether to make these little things black or not. If I can, and that looks very odd. I like this. What colour is that? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that the car's colour. To be honest, that looks fine as it is. I could even make this black, to be honest. See if it looks any good. Nah, looks shit. I'm gonna make them same colour. Put some rims on it. I wish there'd be more rims as well. In fact, that's one thing I can't wait for, is when the mods start coming out, when we get more rims and stuff. That's gonna look pretty sick. But for now, I think I might go for something like this or this. Probably gonna say these ones. Yeah, these look pretty sick. We'll not have a number plate on the front. I quite like how the front's looking, to be honest with you. What's miscellaneous? I wonder if that's where the mods go or something like that when they're out. Even though they are out, actually, they're just not working in this version, unfortunately. I've got loads of badges though, which is pretty sick. I'm gonna try this one. Yeah, man. And then we can pop one on the back of the car as well. I'm actually quite liking how this car's turning out. I really like the back of the car. I think the back of the car looks sick. It's probably one of the best, in my personal opinion, that I've probably done. It just looks OEM, like it looks pretty sick. And I do actually like the front. These headlights have grown on me, although they are a bit wonky. There's not really much I can do about it because I can't change the lines of the car. But I think, I mean, for the sort of body shape of the car and everything like that, it does look pretty decent, if I'm honest with you. That's what I think anyway. You guys might think differently, and that's totally your choice. But as you know, from what I'm looking at, I think it looks pretty sick. So yeah, we're gonna get onto the engine. I'm just gonna make sure I haven't missed anything off. I don't think I have. No, not missed anything at all. I wonder if we could put indicators on the actual wing mirrors, like most modern cars do have on there nowadays. I wonder if that's a possibility. Let me try and do that. Okay, so we'll put it there for now. Make it smaller. No, can't do that. So yeah, like I say, nothing crazy. Just aiming for about 250 horsepower. From a 2-litre turbo engine. So we'll have a dual overhead cam, 4 valves. We'll have it made out of this stuff because it's light. We'll have that option. I never know what that stands for. I don't know if it's I know variable valve timing is, I think it's on the next one. I can't remember where that is, but I don't know if that relates to it or anything. Okay, so we'll have the crank made out of forged steel. The conrods, we'll have them as lightweight forged for now, because then we can have slightly more RPM, or if we had that one we could have even more RPM, but it might be a little bit overkill for this 250 horsepower ish build. We'll have forged pistons. We'll bump up the quality just a little bit there. We'll leave all this just normal for now. We'll put variable valve timing on. We'll have it turboed, of course. Ball bearing. We'll have a medium-sized intercooler. We'll have a performance preset on the turbo there. We'll just, like I say, leaving pretty much everything stock, and then I can come back and tune it. We'll have direct injection, top of the cylinder, performance intake. And then we'll have premium 95, raise this up a little bit, that could be about 7,000, and then the exhaust, the 3-inch exhaust diameter, there we go. So it's looking fairly decent at the moment. We're slightly over where we need to be in terms of the octane rating, but that's fairly easily sorted. But to be honest, it looks like we'll be pretty much on target for our 250 horsepower goal anyway. As you can see, we're over the octane rating and we're doing about 229, so when we sort that out we should actually be alright. Yeah, 260 straight away, so we've already smashed our target. So what I can work on doing now is I'll just, not too fussed about economy or anything like that on this build, if I'm honest with you, although the extra miles per gallon won't hurt. But yeah, like I say, not particularly bothered about it. It's not the most fuel efficient thing anyway. I mean, it's not the worst either. Yeah, I'm just going to focus on like the sort of power and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is with the turbo, I'm just going to bring the compressor and the turbine size down a little bit, just so we've got boost earlier on in the power. We can always bring this up a little bit. So we could shrink this, probably shrink this more so actually, because this seems to be bringing the power in a little bit earlier. That just sort of makes it a little bit steeper at this stage. But yeah, I mean, if we can get power in, I mean, we've got full torque nearly at just under 3,000 RPM, which is pretty decent. It has impacted our power output though, but it's brung our octane value down, which is good. But we can just bump up the boost there, so we have a fairly violent torque curve at about 3000 RPM there, so that should make it pretty lively, which, to be honest, I like cars like that. I think it's funny. Probably not the best to drive daily, but I think it's pretty funny, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm going to bump up the quality a little bit. This cost doesn't really matter on this build. It's not going to be, I mean, the cheaper the better, of course, but it doesn't really matter to an extent. I'm not playing the actual Tycoon aspect of the game. Bump that up a little bit. Compression, so what can we do there? If we what does that do? Give us about 244. Okay. The cam profile, if we bump this up, this will probably be better. It's really lowering the power, which is a bit odd. Edit this, it might makes it a little bit smoother and makes it so we don't get much torque drop off in the revs, so that's alright. So it just carries on sort of picking up, which is good. Yeah, we're on 244. We just need to increase it that a little bit. Everything on here, as far as pistons and conduits are concerned, looks okay. Now, I wonder if give it a bigger, yeah, bigger intercooler will make it a little bit better. A little bit heavier, but a little bit better. So we'll have a large intercooler there. I wonder which then, if we bump up the boost, it's just increasing torque more than anything, which I haven't got a problem with, but that's what it's doing. Okay, so I've bumped up the quality on the fuel system, and now, I mean, there's not really much more for me to do. I've got my target. The power curve is okay. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's all right. It'll suffice for the build. I mean, I could bump up the compression ratio a little bit, although it's not really doing all that much, to be honest. There we go, like 4.5. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I'm quite happy with that, how it is. It's 255 or 254 horsepower. Pretty decent, to be honest. A good figure of torque there, so it should be pretty lively. It's fairly revvy. I mean, we could even, I mean, we've got loads of room here. I mean, we're only at 7,000 RPM at the minute. Bump it up a little bit, although it is just sort of not really doing much, if I'm honest. Could have it 7,500. That'll do, to be honest. I mean, it's a decent power curve, I think, by looking at it myself. I mean, I'm not a dyno expert or anything like that, but it looks pretty good to me. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna keep it as is. Bump up this a little bit, let it breathe a little bit better. So we're at 256 now, which is absolutely fine for me. So yeah, let's see how it sounds. It sounds pretty sweet, so that's perfect. So yeah, let's go on with the sort of drivetrain of the car now. So we're going to have it rear wheel drive, and then we'll have it manual, 6-speed, top speed is probably going to be about 160. We'll have a LSD. We'll bump up the quality a little bit there. In fact, we'll just bump it right up to the max, because that usually helps top speed and acceleration, stuff like that. Now for the tyres, what can we do here? Maximum 175. That's not good, is it? So yeah, I am going to have to flare out these arches a little bit, as thought. Hopefully it doesn't fuck up all my things, which it hasn't. So that's pretty good news. It does actually look pretty sweet now. I've extended those arches. That's pretty cool. And then same on the rear of the car. I just need to extend these ones as well a little bit. Although I have extended them quite a lot there. So yeah, we can fit some pretty beefy tyres in the back. I'll just shrink them back down just a little bit. There we go, see what that's like. So yeah, we'll have 255s on the back. I mean, really want just a little bit more on the front, at least 225s I would have said. So just bump that out a little bit. 235, there we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm liking that. So we'll make the wheels a little bit bigger. Rim diameter. We'll have 18s or maybe even 19s on there. The 19s look alright, just needs to be a little bit lower. And what I wanted to do actually as well is change the colour of the wheels. I nearly forgot to do that. So let me just quickly go ahead and do that. Wheels of those, I think gloss black. Got grey. I think I made like an anthracite colour. We did, yeah. So that'll do me. Yeah, I'll have that. Quite like that. It's more of like a stealth look, isn't it? So we'll have that. Pretty happy with that. We'll have vented discs at the front with 4 pistons, vented discs at the rear with the twin piston. We'll just have like 3 10s on the rear. I think that calculates itself, so that's absolutely fine. And then we'll have downforce just so we can get the most top speed out of it. Cooling airflow. I think it does it now to what it actually needs. Cooling capacity. Yeah, so that's pretty much all we need. Brake airflow. And I'll put that up a little bit there. I don't know if it takes it off the cooling airflow anymore. I don't think it does because it just says cooling capacity is the same. So bump that right up as well. Seats, we'll have 4 seats. It can be sort of like a GT car. We'll have a, should we have sport? We'll have sport interior. Yeah, that'll be pretty sweet. Bump up the quality a little bit. Nice premium infotainment in there. We'll have hydraulic, power steering. In fact, we'll have this one because I think it's supposed to be a little bit better. Oh, we've got actual traction aids now, which is pretty good. I don't know what LC is, but anyway, we'll go with that. And then we'll have it advanced, so it's nice and safe. Okay, so now for the suspension, we'll have active sport. We'll have semi-active dampers, passive sway bars, and then we'll have it set up for sport. Let's just see how low that is now. 1.5. That looks pretty sweet. Just a nice little stance there. Okay, we'll bump up the quality just a little bit. Not really going to get into this, to be honest with you, but yeah, that looks like everything. 28.4 miles to the gallon, which, to be fair, say it's got nearly 260 horsepower. It's not the worst in the world. I mean, it's a little bit 10 years ago fuel economy, but it's not too bad, I suppose. It's all about miles per gallon, isn't it, really? But yeah, this will definitely give you some of those. Do 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds. That's actually really good. And it tops out at 160 as well, so I might actually change that a little bit. What can we actually get this thing to without it affecting the 0 to 60 time adversely? No, 170. It tops out about 170, so if we have it at, say, as is there, and then if I, oh right, okay, so if I space the gears a little bit better, it goes to 5.1 anyway. So yeah, that'll do me. So that's about 169 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, which is fairly respectable. And how fast does it go around the test track? That is the question. Alright, so it does it in 124.92 seconds, which is fairly respectable there. So yeah, that's everything. I mean, if you've enjoyed it, please leave it with a like. I'm going to go into the photo mode now and get some good old pictures and a little bit of video of the car to use at the start so you guys can see what it looks like. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, please leave it with a like, and as always, please leave a comment on what the type of car you'd like me to do next. It's always fun actually seeing what people want me to do, because it's nice to see what sort of ideas are there. I'm pretty creative, but sometimes it can run out. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.